one question is that in the Western philosophy, Western thought, free will has played a very important place.
Free will.
Free will, absolute free will.
Free will.
Yes, free will.
Will.
Yes.
Yes.
According to the same philosophy that Mr. Narayan said, that conditional relations, that is cause and effect, pratit samutpada.
Yeah.
According to that philosophy, Buddhism, such a thing is impossible. Because all our thinking, all our construction, all our work, all our knowledge is conditioned.
Yes.
Yes. Therefore, if there is a free will, it is free only in a relative sense and relative sense. It is not absolute free. That is the Buddhist position. That is one question I put.
Let's talk it over, sir.
Yes. Very, very briefly, if you say it.
What is will? What is will? How do you explain what will is?
Will is that you decide, you want.
No, what is the origin, the beginning of will? I will do this, I won't do that. Now, what is the meaning of will?
Meaning of will is to want to do.
No. All right, let me go on then. Is it not desire?
Surely. It is a desire.
Desire accentuated, heightened, strengthened, which we call will. Right?
We also determine the object of desire. We say, I'm determined.
In that there is determination included.
Fixed, right?
Yeah. I desire that. And to achieve that, I make an effort. That effort, the motive of that effort is desire.
Yes, certainly.
So, will is desire. Right?
Certainly, it is a form of desire.
Huh?
It is a form of desire.
It is a form of desire. Now, can desire ever be free?
Absolutely. That is what I wanted to hear from you.
No,
because you don't like to say that, but I want to say it. Because, yes.
Desire can never, it can change the objects of desire. I can desire 1 year to go to buy this, and next year that, change, but desire is constant. The objects vary.
Yes.
And the strengthening of desire, I will do that.
Yes.
The will is in operation. Will is desire.
Yes.
Now, can desire ever be free?
No.
But we say free will exists because I can choose between this and that,
Yes.
between this job and that job. I can go, except out of totalitarian states, I can go from England to France freely.
Yes.
So the idea of free will is cultivated with a sense that human beings are free to choose. Right?
Yes.
What does that mean? To choose. I can choose between blue jeans and something else, between this car and that car, between that house and so on. But why should I choose at all? Apart from material things, apart from certain books and so on, why is there choice? I am a Catholic, I give up Catholicism, become a Zen Buddhist. If I'm a Zen, I become something else. And I choose. Why? Why is there choice at all? Which gives one the impression that I'm free to choose. Right, sir? So I'm asking, why is there the necessity of choice at all? If I'm a Catholic and saw the whole significance of Catholicism with its abstractions, with its rituals, dogmas, and the whole circus round in it, and I abandon that, why should I join something else? Because when I've investigated this, I've investigated all the religions. So choice must exist only when the mind is confused. No? When it's clear, there's no choice. What? Is that right?
Right. I think you have answered the question. To me, you have answered the question.
I haven't fully answered
Well,
it.
I think that the Western philosophers might not agree with you, I'm not sure, but...
They won't agree, of course
They
not.
say that choice is not desire, the will is not desire, but the will is something else. I think that's my impression.
Yeah, will is something else.
But it's,
Will is
I don't know, a free act.
free. No, will is
free
something
act.
inherited or is part of the genetic process to will, to be.
But I think, for example, I can't say I know much about it, but the Catholic philosophers may say that when Adam sinned, he willed wrongly, let's say, and he said that he made a wrong choice, and he set us off, in this...
You see, but that's a very convenient way of explaining away everything. First invent Adam and Eve, the serpent and the apple, and God, and then put everything as the primal cry.
Yes, that is right. Lot of creation there.
Oh?
Lot of creation there, mental creation.
I think if one observes, one can see that will is the result of desire, but I think people have the impression that will is something entirely different.
Yes.
That it's something...
Will is part of something sacred.
Yes. That's what many
Yes,
people think.
something derived from a divine being.
According to the Western way.
More or less, I mean, if I don't know very much Western philosophy, but
Yes.
what I have people with whom I have talked, and they may not be sufficiently informed, but they have given me the impression that will is something not quite human, not quite
Yes.
desire,
Yes.
not quite something that you cultivate. It is born out of the original sin,
Yes.
original God, and so on, so on, so on.
Yes.
But if one puts all that aside,
Yes.
which are all really theoretical, problematical, and rather superstitious, if you put all that aside, then what is will and what is choice, and what is action without choice and will? You follow?
Yes.
That is the problem. Is there any action which is not compounded with will? Yes. I don't know what the Buddhas and...
Would you say that insight
Yes.
is not the result of will, It has nothing to do
Oh,
with will.
nothing whatever to do with
No,
will.
no, nothing to do with will.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
desire,
of
all
course.
memory.
Yes, yes.
So insight is something which is free from will and also analysis.
Yes. Insight is seeing.
See, yes.
Seeing.
Yes.
And
See is-
in that seeing, there is no choice, there is no discrimination, there is no judgment,
Yes.
there is no moral or immoral value judgment. You see.
So insight is not the result of will, nor is it the result of analysis.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
No, but you see, this is becoming theoretical. You're making it so, so
I
theoretical.
Because through analysis.
You are making, sorry, excuse me, sir. You are making it theoretical. You have defined it. It's not this, it's not that, it's not that, and you think you have insight.
No,
Have
no,
you?
I don't have
Then
insight.
why discuss it?
No, because we have been discussing insight so far.
No. We
Or
are
we have been
no.
See.
Now, Narayan, if I may point out, we are talking over together action in which there is no choice, in which there is no effort as well. Is there such action?